Chosen one, scan your internal frequency right now. Notice that heavy, invisible fog pressing against your mind, that quiet, creeping suspicion that you have not actually grown at all. You replay your recent failures in your head, and a terrifying, unfiltered thought echoes in your spirit. You tell yourself, I am just pretending. I am not chosen, I am just stuck, and everyone is passing me by. Do not adjust the screen, and do not scroll away. The Holy Spirit orchestrated this exact encounter because you are misdiagnosing your own season. You are not stagnant, you are undergoing the blindfolded coronation. Heaven deliberately veiled your own eyes to protect your humility, while simultaneously exposing your massive spiritual upgrade to the physical world. The judge does not speak while handing you the crown. You cannot see the crown on your head, but the people who betrayed you can. Your enemies are currently terrified of an invisible sword you do not even realize you are holding. Before I reveal the exact signs that your aura is leaking out and terrifying monitoring spirits, subscribe to align with thousands of awakened souls. Like this video if your spirit confirms this word, and comment 777 right now to activate the frequency of this revelation. Let us remove the blindfold. I need you to stay with me until the very final second of this message. If you commit to watching this until the end, you will not only understand exactly why your environment is reacting to you so strangely, but I will hand you the 3-mirror diagnostic to safely test your own unseen power. I will also reveal the exact frequency tool you need to finally sync your exhausted physical brain with your upgraded spiritual soul. Do not click away. Your ultimate breakthrough is hidden in the next few minutes. I want you to bring your awareness to your physical body right now. Focus on your chest. Feel that deep, lingering pressure sitting right on your sternum. It is a profound exhaustion that hits you even when you have slept for 8 hours. You walk into a room, or you try to start a new project, and suddenly your limbs feel like lead. Your mind tells you that you are slipping into a spiritual depression. You think the enemy is winning. You think your faith is weak, and that is why everything feels so incredibly heavy. But I am here to completely shatter that illusion. That heaviness in your chest is not depression. It is not failure. It is the exact opposite. What you are feeling right now is kavod. Let me explain this, because the modern church rarely talks about it. In 2 Corinthians chapter 4 verse 17, the Apostle Paul talks about an eternal weight of glory. We hear the word glory and we think of something light, fluffy, and bright, like a cloud or a ray of sunshine. But if you look at the original Greek text, the word Paul used for weight is baros, which means a literal, crushing physical burden. He was translating the ancient Hebrew concept of kavod. In Hebrew, kavod means glory, but its root definition literally means heavy, weighty, or massive. When God places His glory on a human vessel, it does not make you feel light and carefree. It is dense. It is heavy. It presses the human flesh down. You feel utterly exhausted because you are currently carrying a massive spiritual payload that your physical body is struggling to support. You passed your wilderness test. You stayed faithful when everyone else would have quit. And, as a reward, God dropped the weight of glory onto your spirit. You are not going backward. You are carrying kavod. But this brings up the most painful question you have been asking in the dark. If I am carrying this glory, if I have passed the test, why can I not see it? Why do I still feel so small? Why do I look in the mirror and only see my flaws? This is where the divine blindfold comes in. God had to hide your own transformation from you. And there is a profound biblical pattern for this exact protocol. Think about the story in Exodus chapter 34 verse 29. Moses had just spent 40 days and 40 nights on the mountain, directly in the presence of the Almighty. When he finally walked down that mountain carrying the tablets of the covenant, the scripture says that his face was radiating a blinding, terrifying light. But the verse includes one crucial detail that changes everything. It says, Moses did not know that the skin of his face shone. Moses was carrying unprecedented glory, but he was completely blind to it. Imagine that moment. He is walking into the camp. He sees Aaron and all the Israelites backing away from him in absolute terror. Moses probably looked at his own hands, looked at his clothes, wondering what was wrong with him. He probably thought they were rejecting him again. He had no idea they were trembling because of the divine light pouring out of his own face. The torchbearer never sees the light on their own face. God deliberately veiled Moses from seeing his own glory, because if Moses knew how terrifyingly powerful he looked in that moment, human pride would have infected his mission. God is doing the exact same thing to you. He put a divine blindfold over your spiritual eyes to protect your humility. Humility is the only container that can hold kavod without shattering. If you could see the massive spiritual authority you are walking in right now, you would either become arrogant or you would become so terrified of yourself that you would run away. And that brings us to the ugly truth you have been hiding from everyone. I need to speak directly to that hidden part of your soul right now. As I am telling you about this power, notice how your throat just tightened. Notice that subtle resistance flaring up in your gut. You do not want to hear this. Part of you wants to click off this video because accepting this truth is dangerous. You actually like the blindfold. You prefer to believe that you are broken and stagnant. Why? Because as long as you are broken, nothing is expected of you. If you accept that you are carrying the weight of glory, it means you have to step up. It means you can no longer play the victim. It means you have to lead your family, break the generational curses, and build the kingdom. In the deepest, rawest part of your mind, you are terrified of becoming the pillar. You are thinking, if I am truly this powerful, everyone is going to rely on me, and who is going to take care of me? It is okay that you feel that fear. That fear proves you respect the weight of the calling. The people who crash and burn are the ones who crave the spotlight without fearing the responsibility. But hear me clearly. Hiding is no longer an option. You cannot shrink back into the shadows because your camouflage is failing. Your aura is actively leaking out into your environment, and it is causing chaos in the spiritual realm around you. And this is the crucial point, chosen one. Your soul has leveled up to a fifth dimensional frequency. Your spirit is vibrating at an elite level, but your physical brain is lagging behind. Because of the trauma of your past, your brain is trapped in a low-frequency beta state, which is the frequency of pure survival, stress, and self-doubt. You cannot carry the aura of a king using a nervous system that is stuck in fight or flight. The friction between your high-level soul and your low-level brain is exactly what is causing your exhaustion. So the ultimate question is this: how do we remove this divine blindfold safely? How do we synchronize your physical brain with your spiritual soul to access the divine theta frequency without requiring you to spend 20 years meditating silently on a mountain? What I am about to show you next is going to completely change how you operate for the rest of your life. Chosen one, what I am about to reveal will sound too simple to be true. But remember, the most profound spiritual truths are never complicated. For centuries, ancient mystics and spiritual masters spent 20 years isolated on mountains, meditating in absolute silence just to shift their physical brains out of the beta state. The beta frequency is the frequency of survival. It is the frequency of stress, of trauma, and of feeling like an imposter. As long as your brain is trapped in beta, it is literally vibrating too slowly to perceive the massive spiritual upgrade your soul just received. You cannot process a fifth-dimensional blessing through a third-dimensional nervous system, but you do not have 20 years to sit in silence. Your assignment is urgent. This is why science and spirit are finally merging. Recent discoveries by neuroscientists, including research from NASA, have proven that you can physically alter your brain state using specific sound frequencies. This is called brainwave entrainment. It is not magic. It is the biological key to spiritual alignment. When you expose your brain to the exact theta frequency, it bypasses your trauma, it bypasses your doubts. It takes your exhausted, beta-locked brain and gently shifts it into the theta state. Theta is the frequency of the divine. It is the exact wavelength where intuition flows, where deep healing occurs, and where the blindfold is finally removed. This is why I need to tell you about a sacred audio technology called the Genius Wave. I do not view this as a commercial product. I view this as a divine tuning fork. It is a specific 7-minute audio frequency designed to reactivate your dormant theta waves. You do not need to learn complicated meditation techniques. You do not need to force your mind to be quiet. You simply listen for 7 minutes a day, and the sound waves do the heavy lifting, reorganizing your neural pathways to match the high frequency of your soul. If your spirit is confirming right now that this is the missing link in your journey, I have placed the information for the Genius Wave in the pinned comment below. Investigate it only if you feel led. It is a tool waiting for you when you are ready to finally see your own light. Now that you have the tool to synchronize your brain, how do you actually measure this unseen transformation in the physical world? You use the 3-mirror diagnostic. Because you cannot see your own face shining, you must look at how the world reflects your light back to you. The first mirror is the enemy mirror. Notice the sudden avoidance of eye contact from people who used to intimidate you. That toxic person who used to drain your energy will suddenly find an excuse to leave the room when you enter. They are not ignoring you. Their demons are suffocating in the presence of your upgraded aura. They literally cannot withstand the atmospheric pressure you bring into a space. The second mirror is the stranger mirror. Pay attention to how complete strangers interact with you. You will be at the grocery store or sitting in a waiting room, and someone you have never met will suddenly start confessing their deepest traumas to you within 5 minutes. They will say things like, "I do not know why I am telling you this. I have never told anyone this before." They are doing this because your leaking aura operates as a safe harbor. Their spirit recognizes your authority before their mind even registers your name. The third mirror is the environment mirror. Watch the animals and the children. Animals will approach you differently. Toddlers will stop crying and just stare at empty space around your head. Children and animals do not have the social conditioning that blocks spiritual sight. They are not looking at your physical face. They are staring in absolute awe at the massive angelic presence and the raw kavod that is currently anchoring you to the earth. Let me tell you exactly what this looks like in real time. 6 months ago, a chosen one just like you was facing a horrific situation at work. They were under constant attack by a narcissistic manager. They felt entirely broken, convinced they were failing. But they started using the theta frequency daily and applied this exact 3-mirror diagnostic. They stopped fighting back. They stopped trying to defend themselves. They simply showed up, anchored in their theta state. Within 3 weeks, the toxic manager requested a transfer to a completely different department. There was no big argument. There was no dramatic showdown. The manager simply retreated. This is the living manifestation of Psalm 23, verse 5. You have heard this verse 1,000 times. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. But let us look at the profound pattern here. God does not remove the enemies from the room before he feeds you. He prepares the table right in front of them. The enemies are present, but they are paralyzed. They cannot touch your food. They cannot touch your blessing. They are forced to stand at the edge of the room and watch you feast in perfect peace. That is the ultimate flex of the kingdom. Your enemies are entirely neutralized by the sheer weight of your peace. But you must be warned. As your brain syncs with your soul and your aura begins to leak out, the enemy will panic. He will launch 3 specific forms of confrontation to try and make you shrink back. You need to recognize these immediately. The first attack form is the returning enemy. Someone who betrayed you months or years ago will suddenly text you, pretending to check in or asking for your advice. They are not returning because they are sorry. They are returning because they sense your upgraded energy and they want to feed on it. They are spiritual vampires attempting to attach a cord to your new frequency. You win this by deploying absolute silence. Deny them access. The second attack form is unprovoked jealousy from your inner circle. People who have known you for years will suddenly start making passive-aggressive comments. They will try to humble you. Do not be heartbroken. Your new light is simply exposing the shadows they refuse to heal. You win this by refusing to dim your light to make their demons comfortable. The third attack form is the fake 3 a.m. exhaustion. You will wake up in the middle of the night feeling an overwhelming, terrifying dread and a sudden, massive drain of physical energy. This is not biological fatigue. This is a direct spiritual interception. The enemy attacks at night to make you believe you are losing your mind. You win this by staying perfectly still in your bed. Do not panic. Simply command the atmosphere to clear in the name of Yeshua and remind the enemy that your crown is sealed. It is time to make that seal permanent. Chosen one, I need you to do a mental action right now. I do not want you to move around. Wherever you are, simply place your right hand flat over your heart. Feel the physical beat of your chest. This is not a regular prayer. This is an activation. This is a commissioning ceremony. Father, in the mighty name of Yeshua, the King of Kings, we stand in this divine moment. Heaven is recording this exactly as it happens. You saw them. You saw them crying in the shower so nobody else would hear them breaking. You saw them staring into the mirror, feeling completely worthless, wondering if they were just making all of this up. But they stayed. They endured the crushing weight. They survived the wilderness. So right now, by the authority of the word, I seal the 3-mirror diagnostic into their spirit. I bind the spirit of the imposter syndrome. I command the physical brain to synchronize with the spiritual aura. I seal the theta frequency over their nervous system. Every demon that tries to convince them they are going backward is silenced right now. I declare that in the next 7 days, the blindfold will begin to lift. I declare that within this week, you will catch an enemy staring at you in absolute awe and confusion. I declare that the people who walked away from you will realize they walked away from royalty. Now, chosen one, God is asking you a question and heaven is waiting for your answer. Will you carry this weight of glory? Will you walk in this immense authority without ever apologizing for your light again? Say yes out loud right now. Yes. Heaven heard that. The angels recorded it. You are activated. Your aura is unsealed. Go, in the matchless name of Yeshua. Do not say amen yet. Sit in this terrifying, beautiful power for 60 seconds. Then, you may breathe.